For the very first time in Kenya's history, the Mount Kenya region is put under a litmus test. If at all the Mount Kenya region is going to succeed in unseating President William Samoei come 2027, then I kid you not, they are going to give credence to millions of Kenyans that they ought and they are having the political supremacy in terms of decision making pertaining our motherland, Kenya. And if at all President William Samoei Ruto is likely going to succeed and be re-elected in the next general election, then I kid you not, they are likely to be thrown under the political oblivion. And I, having studied the voting sequence specifically for the Mount Kenya region, then I can tell you without any fear of contradiction that their voting pattern always has never been based on the intensity of the crowds, but it is usually strictly based on the magnitude behind their silence. And that is why over the last 2 to 3 general elections, even the Right Honorable Raila Odinga has been traversing in the same region and going to an extent of pulling crowds. But guess what? Contrary to the crowds, when it comes to the ballot, they usually vote otherwise. So that is to mean that even President William Samoei Ruto can go ahead and pull a crowd in each and every county and in each and every locality that he sets foot. But when it comes to the ballot, he may have nothing palpable in relation to the crowds he pulled. Unlike the Right Honorable Raila Odinga, to whom times above numbers has been pulling crowds in the Mount Kenya region, for the very first time, this actually remains the only litmus test put to the Murima electorate, simply because for the very first time in history, they will be going to an election to vote against the two main political giants to whom decided to come up with the unity of purpose that is likely, or most probably, it is self-centered. And in as much as the Right Honorable Raila Odinga may seem to have lost ground, I kid you not, as far as matters Kenyan politics are concerned, he ought not to be underrated. And that is the reason as to why, even before him bolting into President Ruto's Kenya Kwanza government, both the Gen Zs needed the presence of the Right Honorable Raila Odinga so that they can achieve their goals. The former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua needed the presence of the Right Honorable Raila Odinga into his camp so that he can achieve his goals. And President William Samoei Ruto too needed the Right Honorable Raila Odinga so that he can be 95% sure that he can get a re-election. So if you are of the idea that the Right Honorable lost ground, I kid you not, he actually up to date remains more influential as far as Kenyan politics are concerned. Essentially, by President William Samoei Ruto being alive to the fact that he is in full control and rest assured that the entire Luo Nyanza votes are likely to vote in his favor. But guess what? If you see him forcing himself to the mountain, despite him being alive to the fact that he completely lost ground in the mountain, that clearly proves that it might also have come to his realization that even if the Luo Nyanza bloc give him 100% of their votes without a fraction of the Mount Kenya region, then all what the Luo Nyanza would have voted for are likely to be of no use. Because honestly, according to the data of the registered number of votes from the Luo Nyanza compared with that of the Mount Kenya region, then the difference is like day and night. And that is why he could be forcing himself to the mountain. Because even if the Luo Nyanza deliver 100%, and let us imagine that they deliver close to 2 or 3 million votes, and he loses all the 6 from the Mount Kenya region. So your guess is as good as mine that the 3 million delivered from Raila's strongholds are likely to be of no use, simply because his downfall shall have already been imminent. And that could be the reason as to why he is working by hook or crook in making sure that even if the mountain is not going to give him close to 95% of their total votes, but he is working hard to get a fraction of their total votes. But anyway, let us just wait and see to see how the political unfoldings are likely to unwrap. And as I come to the penultimate part of this episode, that has just been my opinion. If by any chance you do have a contrary opinion to mine, you can as well. Just feel free to drop them in the comment section and I'll give them a right of reply. And by any chance, if you've been watching my videos and you have not subscribed, you can as well just consider hitting on the subscribe button. Thank you and may God bless you.